Good morning. Today we will discuss about the bituminous mixes. Okay. So last classes we have seen the use of bitumen as a pavement material, right? And I have told that in case of flexible pavement or bituminous pavement or black topped pavement, the top wearing course or surface course is made up of bituminous material. So what are the different types of bituminous mixes to be prepared? Okay, let us. Now, the bituminous mix design is aiming to determine the proportion of bitumen, filler, fine aggregates, and coarse aggregates. Okay, so the objective is to determine the proportion of bitumen, filler, fine aggregates, and coarse aggregate in order to produce a mix. Okay, this mix should be having different characteristics or different properties, including workability, then strength, durability, and economical. These are the different properties, desirable properties of the mix. Workable mix, strong mix, durable mix, and economic mix. So what do you mean by workability? You know, we have already completed courses on concrete technology. So there is no need of explaining further about workability. Strength, we know that what is strength, right? Because there should be enough strength so that bitumen is not getting stripped away from the pavement. Then durability. The road will be subjected to different type of load, and on application of load, the road should not be having any durability issues. And finally, economically. The requirements of the mix design and the two major stages of mix design, that is dry mix design and wet mix design, will be discussed. Now, the different types of road surfaces or evolution of road surfaces will be including. First of all, unsurfaced earthen roads, right? It's one primitive type of road. Then you have the unsurfaced earthen roads upgrade with natural soil from burrow pits. These things you can read for yourself. I don't think we have a need to discuss. Now, objectives of mixed design. Objectives of mixed design include, we need to produce a bituminous mix. Okay, the bituminous mix need to be produced by proportioning various components. We need to proportion the various components so as, first of all, there should be sufficient bitumen to ensure a durable pavement. Durability of the pavement need to be ensured, right? Bitumen should be sufficient in amount in order to ensure the durability of the pavement. Then, under traffic, when the pavement surface is subjected to traffic, under traffic at higher temperatures, there should be sufficient strength to resist the shear deformation. Sufficient strength should be available to resist shear deformation under traffic at high temperature. Then, in the compacted bitumen, there should be sufficient air voids present. In the compacted bitumen, there should be sufficient air voids present so that additional compaction by traffic is allowed. Then, there should be sufficient workability. Without segregation, there should be sufficient workability. Then sufficient flexibility. Due to repeated loading by traffic, there should not be appearance of premature crack. Okay, there should not be appearance of premature crack due to repeated loading by the traffic. So sufficient flexibility to avoid this premature cracking should be available. And in order to prevent shrinkage cracks, there should be sufficient flexibility available at lower temperature. So these are the different objectives or different objectives of a mixed design. Next one is constituents of mix. Constituents of a mix include, we have already seen that mixed design involve how we are proportioning, right? The mix will be consisting of coarse aggregate, fine aggregate, filler, and binder material. On what basis you are, on what proportion you are selecting the material? Okay, so how the materials are being proportionate. So the constituents of mix include, first one is coarse aggregate. Coarse aggregate aims to offer compressive and shear strength. Okay, there should be enough compressive strength and shear strength, and it should show good interlocking properties. Next one is fine aggregate. The purpose of fine aggregate is to fill the voids in the coarse aggregate. Okay, if voids are present in the coarse aggregate, that will be filled with fine aggregate and the binder will be stiffened. Okay, so coarse aggregate will be offering compressive and shear strength, and it will show good interlocking properties. And fine aggregate will be filling the voids in the coarse aggregate and it will be stiffening the binder. Then filler will be functioning to fill the voids and it will offer permeability. And lastly, there is the binder. The binders will be filling the voids. It will be causing the particles to adhere with each other. The particles will be getting attached to each other and it will be getting glued and it will offer as a impermeable coat. We have already discussed about how important is impermeability in a pavement surface, right? The water should not be allowed to infiltrate through the pavement surface into the different lowermost layers, right? Actually, in order to have proper protection from water in the design stage of highway itself, we have discussed about the provision of super elevation or camber, right? If you remember. So at that stage, at the design stage itself, we have discussed that how important it is to ensure that there is no entry of water. Similarly, the binder should be having a high impermeability so that it will prevent the entry of water. Okay, now the binder will be including bitumen, asphalt, tar, etc. Now the different types of mixes. Okay, if we are speaking about bituminous mixes will be having different types. The different types of bituminous mixes include, first one is a well-graded mix. Well-graded mix means it is a dense mix. The bituminous concrete will be having good proportion of all constituents. The bituminous concrete will be having good proportion of all constituents and they are called as dense bituminous macadam. They will offer good compressive strength and also some amount of tensile strength. Next one is a gap graded mix. In gap graded mix, larger size coarse aggregates are missing and they will be having a good fatigue and tensile strength values. Next one is open graded mix. In open graded mix, what is the peculiar cases? Fine aggregates and filler will be missing. Since the fine aggregates are missing, I have already told that the purpose of fine aggregate is to fill the voids of the coarse aggregate, right? So if fine aggregates are missing, it will be making it a highly porous structure. So it is highly porous and it will be offering very good friction, low strength. Next one is unbounded. Unbounded means there is no presence of binder. Binder is the agent which will provide the binding action. So unbounded mix means that binder is absent. And under the load, this will be behaving like it is not linked together. Actually, the purpose of binder is there will be coarse aggregates and the voids of the coarse aggregate will be filled with binder. So this binder will be joining the coarse aggregate particles together and they will be made as a single unit, right? But what will happen? Under the influence of load, the components will be acting as if they are not linked together. Next one, what are the different layers in a pavement? Different layers in a pavement include bituminous base course. Bituminous base course means a mineral aggregate like stone, gravel, sand, etc. are bounded together by a bituminous material. Okay, mineral aggregates like stone, gravel, or sand. Bituminous or mineral aggregates like sand, gravel, stone, etc. are bound together. They are bound together by a bituminous material and they are used as a foundation. Next one is bituminous binder course. A bituminous aggregate mixture. Okay, we have an aggregate mixture. We have a mixture of bituminous and aggregate. And this bituminous aggregate mixture is used as a intermediate course between the surface course and the base course. Or in case if there are two bituminous layers, the first bituminous layers will be called as the bituminous binder course. In some cases, they are also called as a leveling course. Next type of layer is asphaltic or bituminous concrete. So bituminous concrete means they are mixture of aggregates. Okay, the mixture of aggregate that is continuously graded from the maximum size. Typically, the size is less than 25 mm. And through fine filler that is smaller than 0.075 mm. Now, into this mix, sufficient bitumen is added. Sufficient bitumen is added into the mix so that the compacted mix, when you obtain the compacted mix, that is effectively impervious, and they will have acceptable dissipative and elastic properties. Now, we have already seen about the different requirements of bituminous mixes. The requirements of bituminous mixes include, first one is stability, durability, flexibility, strength, etc. are the different requirements of bituminous mixes. So let us discuss about what is meant by stability. Under the influence of traffic load, it should not be, the bituminous mix should not be, the paving mix should not be deforming. It should offer some resistance to deformation. Okay. So stability means resistance of paving mix to deformation under the traffic load. Now, there are two examples of failure. One is shoving and the other one is grooving. In areas that are subjected to severe acceleration, a rigid transverse deformation will be occurring on the pavement surface. You call it as shoving. Okay, I told that there are two examples of failure. One is known as shoving and the other one is known as grooving. Shoving means in areas that are subjected to severe acceleration. In areas that are subjected to severe acceleration, there will be transverse rigid deformation which is occurring. Next one is grooving. Due to the channelization of traffic, there should be longitudinal ridging happening. Okay, due to the channelization of traffic, there should be longitudinal ridging happening. We call it as the grooving. So stability of the mix. When we speak about a bituminous mix, the stability of the mix will be depending on the interparticle friction. What is the interparticle friction? Then interparticle friction, that is primarily what is the interparticle friction between the co-segregate particle, and also how much is the cohesiveness offered by the bitumen. Cohesiveness offered by the bitumen is highly dependent on how stable the mix will be, right? Because if the cohesiveness of the bitumen is very less, what will be happening under the influence of load? There will be occurrence of situations like bitumen will be getting stripped off from the aggregate particle, which should not be the case. Okay, which is not supposed to happen. So cohesiveness of bitumen is very much important, and similarly the interparticle friction between the aggregate particle. Now there should be availability of sufficient binder. There should be availability of sufficient binder to coat all the particles. All the particles should be coated together and they should be offering enough liquid friction. Now, when the bitumen content is high, when the binder content is high, and when the particles are kept far apart, the stability will be decreasing. Next one is durability. Against the weathering and abrasive action, there should be some resistance offered by the mix. The mix should be able to offer some resistance against weathering and abrasive action. You call it as durability. Now, weathering will be leading to loss of volatiles in the bitumen. Due to wheel load, there will be aberration. Like aberration means the particles will be getting rubbed against each other. Now, there are typical examples of failure. One is pothole. Pothole means there will be a deterioration of the pavements locally. You might have observed potholes, right? Especially during rainy season and all, there will be deterioration of the pavement and it will be leading to the development of depressions on the road surface. You call it as potholes. And another reason or another important factor regarding durability, one is the appearance of pothole and the other one is stripping. Stripping means from the aggregate particle, bitumen is getting peeled off. So if bitumen is getting peeled off, what will happen? The aggregates are getting exposed to the atmospheric action. Now, in order to minimize the disintegration, a high binder content is necessary. Okay, and this high binder content will be causing the mix to be air and waterproof, and the bitumen film is more resistant to hardening. Next one is flexibility. Flexibility means it is a measure of level of bending strength needed to counteract the traffic load and prevent the cracking of surface. Okay, the traffic load need to be counteracted and the cracking of the surface need to be prevented. So how much is the strength available for both of these? For counteracting the traffic and also to prevent the cracking of surface, you call it as flexibility. Now on the surface, there will be different cracks formed. There are different reasons for the formation of these cracks. The main reasons are, first one is shrinkage and brittleness of the binder. Okay, there is a chance of shrinkage happening and there is a chance of brittleness. So that is one important factor for the formation of crack. Now, what is the cause of this shrinkage crack? Actually, according to aging, there is a chance that there is a lot of volume change brought about in the aggregate. So that is one most important reason for shrinkage cracking. Now, due to repeated bending of the surface, repeated bending of the surface due to traffic load, brittleness may be happening. If the bitumen content is high, it will be giving better flexibility and less fracture. Next one is skid resistance. The finished pavement should be offering high resistance against skidding. Actually, this skidding resistance will be depending on different factors like what is the surface texture, how much is the bitumen content, etc. Especially in case of high traffic, this is very important factor. So we have seen about stability, durability, flexibility, and skid resistance. Another one is workability. What is the ease with which the bituminous mix can be laid? The mix can be compacted, and how the mix can be formed to the required condition and shape. So this workability will be depending on the gradation of aggregate. What is the gradation of aggregate? What is the shape, texture? What is the bitumen content and its type, etc. There are different type of aggregates like angular aggregate, flaky aggregate, elongated aggregates, etc. But rounded aggregates will be having more workability. So these are the different requirements or different properties of a bituminous mix: stability, durability, flexibility, workability, and the skid resistance. Okay. Another desirable property, or summarizing the desirable properties of a bituminous mix, it should be having enough stability to meet the required traffic demand. Okay, stability to meet the required traffic demand. Then it should be able to ensure bitumen content should be enough to ensure proper binding and waterproofing. So bitumen functions as two things. One is binding agent, which will bind the aggregates together, and also it will prevent the entry of water. It will act as a waterproof layer. Then there should be enough voids to accommodate compaction due to traffic. As a result of vehicular movement, what will happen? The pavement surface will be subjected to compactive effort. So in order to accommodate the compaction, enough void should be present. Then especially in cold season, there should be enough flexibility to meet the traffic load. There should be sufficient workability for construction, and the mix should be highly economical. These are the different desirable properties of the bituminous mix. Okay. So we have discussed the basic things. We'll cover one more session on bituminous mixes. Okay.